Hi guys. So you may or may not have watched the announcement Google last week. One of the things they announced was the new Chromecast. Only £30, pretty much the same price as the old Chromecast. So I jumped on it straight away, even though every TV at the moment in the house has a Chromecast in it. Or I should say both, making out like I've got like 7 TVs or something. I figured, well, I've got to give it a go. For only £30, sure, I've got to give it a go. So I did. The differences, I guess they're minimal in some ways. The new one from the old one. The first thing is they come in 3 different colours. This one is the black one because that's the one I could order instantly. It's also available in coral and lemonade. So that's not red and yellow. It's coral and lemonade. As we see there, basically it's as easy as it was before. Let's have a look. Oh, that's much smaller than you kind of expect it to be. I don't know if it's from the pictures. Oh, that's magnetic. Look at that, it's magnetic. Cool. I don't think anyone mentioned that before. So, what's that? It's a bit of. So I guess the idea being that's going to stick to the back of the TV. So that's quite big and chunky, as HDMI connectors are. But that feels really good quality. Actually, that rubber is decent, solid, sturdy rubber. Then the device itself, I mean, it's not heavy, definitely, but yeah, that feels good. Now, it is still powered. That's where it's kind of a foam. That's quite nice, actually. Look, foam inside and then cardboard. Maybe there's foam behind it. I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. Oh, okay, so we've got a specific plug, should we wish. But if not, we've got a nice... Again, that feels... Did that come out of there? I didn't notice. That feels a really good quality rubber once again. Okay, so that's a good old length. I'm guessing that's a meter, 1.2 even. So it's a decent length. Maybe it said. Maybe I didn't pay attention. It might have been on the box somewhere. So, yeah, different colours. Now, the other thing that's different is just upgraded internals. So it's a new antenna which supports 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and the 802.11 AC standard. Now, I couldn't particularly tell you exactly what that means or what the different standards are, but I think that's one of the most recent Wi-Fi standards, and I think that's going to give you much better speeds and therefore less buffering. And it will allow something called, I think it's called Fast Play. So there's a new app we'll look at in a second when I've plugged this in, really. But in theory, it's going to launch things a lot quicker. It's sort of, not just because it's got a better antenna, but it tries to predict what you're going to watch, which I think is a bit like what the Amazon Fire TV stick does. You know, if you're watching this TV, knock my camera over. If you're not watching a TV series and you just watched episode 3, it's going to guess you might want to watch episode 4 next. So it might start buffering that up in advance. But yeah, improved antenna, which should give better speeds. So the next thing, I guess, is to whack it on into the TV. So here we are, behind the back of my very dusty television. You can see there it's plugged in and hanging, and the USB is plugged in relatively neatly. Although I can't lie, I'm a little disappointed. I thought it had a magnetic. I'm not sure why the HDMI connected to the back of it. It seemed there was no pull at all to stick to the back of the frame or the actual TV itself. But never mind. There it is. It's all plugged in, ready to go. It looks a little bit neater than my Fire TV stick sticking outside. When you turn it on and switch to that HDMI, what we see is the setup screen. But I will use the app to set up the Chromecast. So, at this point, with it plugged in and the message on the screen, we're going to open up the app. We're going to go to Devices. Yep. Connecting. See at the bottom there, it's connected to the Chromecast as a host. The Chromecast is the host. I can tell you on the TV it says it's awaiting instructions. I then basically see that on the screen. Yep, I see the code. Yeah, okay. So then I've got to whack in the Wi-Fi password. It should then connects the Chromecast to my home Wi-Fi network. It basically says that on the TV screen at the moment as well, connecting to the network. Now it's connected me back to the network. So update is now complete. And it wants to give us some tips. So if you had the first one, I'm sure it's not going to be much different. Browse your cast apps. So here's where the new app is a little different. We've got these are the apps that I've got installed that can do TV and movies and stuff like that, or just other apps like Google Plus, and then my music audio app, so I can cast my my podcasts or my music, and then we can tap to find more apps. Oh look, 90 days of Google Play Music when you subscribe. Oh yeah, okay, whatever. Apps for music lovers, popular games. So it's got them all in one place, basically, which is pretty handy. Let's come back over to What's On. Oh, we were on What's On. Sorry, Get Apps. Okay, so that's got you. Sorry, my bad. The file actually just swaps over to the Get Apps. Devices, Andy's room, backdrop, image. So we can change. I don't know if it's gonna. Well, I know you can change, so what images it shows, you can have it as a guest mode pin. I guess you just give somebody the pin and off they go. Linked backdrop devices. That's my old one. Get rid of that. So now I thought we could search a lot easier than that, to be honest. I'm sure they showed that in a demo. You put in, like, I don't know, think of a TV show that's on Breaking Bad, and it would say, here it is on Netflix, and you choose. So maybe if we connect to the device, will it do anything different? Oh, no, okay, we're just casting my screen at this point on the TV, which isn't particularly what I was trying to do. Okay, so that's not what... I mean, maybe it's more of a US thing. I expected there to be more... Where is Netflix? So that just opens the Netflix app. I'm sure they demoed. You would search for something, or you could scroll through the different things you could watch. You could search for things. Oh, and that is what is showing on my TV at the minute. So I'm a little confused there. If you haven't seen how it works before, it's very simple. So in the apps that you see the little, if the camera will focus, the little icon on it, I tap that. It says, where do you want to cast to? I say my TV. My TV is now showing Netflix, just the word Netflix on the screen. I press play, and that's now loading on my TV, and I can control from the app. So if you haven't seen a Chromecast before, that's how they work. And the beauty of it is that everything's done through your phone, and you just need the Chromecast plugged in wherever on the same Wi-Fi network, and you just throw it over to the TV. So there we go. I'm a little confused by the app. I thought maybe someone in the comments can explain. I'm probably doing something wrong somewhere, or maybe I just misunderstood what was coming. But there we go. That's the new Chromecast. Is it worth an upgrade? I don't know at this point. Maybe I'll try and do a review. If I sort of notice things worth telling you about, then I'll do another sort of update in a few weeks' time when I've used it for a little bit. If you don't have a Chromecast already, definitely it's worth it, in my opinion. If you already have one, don't know. We'll wait and see. I'll let you know. Okay, so there we go. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.